In the status quo, there are many environmental issues such as acid rain, air pollution, and water pollution. However, these things are all issues that will bring out a bad outcome in a long-term view. If you think about it, there is no issue that acts as an immediate danger right now to the world besides landmines. So the biggest problem about landmines is that innocent casualties constantly come out because of these landmine explosions. And as you can see on the picture on the left, it says that there are 3,030 adult casualties every year due to landmines, and 1,184 children casualties, and 983 unidentified casualties. So therefore, we can see that the problem is very serious and a lot of innocent people are dying. And why is it in our concern, like residents of South Korea? Why is it in our concern and why is it a problem to us? Because actually, North Korea is one of the countries that did not ban landmines and are using it very actively. And in fact, the DMZ is the most heavily concentrated landmine planted area. Therefore, it is of utmost importance to South Koreans. So this is a gigantic problem for us too. Where are landmines and where is this issue actually taking place? Now, there's not one specific spot on the globe that has this problem, but as you can see on this diagram, all of the red countries are countries that are affected by landmines and actually has landmines inside their territories. And the general region that has the most landmines implemented to it is the Middle East. Now, Middle East has a lot of war-torn countries, and there are many skirmishes and conflict between the nations, such as the Palestinian-Israeli conflict we are learning in humanities right now. And as for the country with the most landmines in its territories, it is Egypt, with an estimated number of 23 million landmines in its territories. So Middle East is such a faraway region from South Korea. And why is South Korea still considered red and a country that is affected by landmines? As I said before, our northern neighbor did not give up landmines, and the DMZ in fact is the region with the most highly concentrated number of landmines. Therefore, it is to our utmost importance to know about this issue, and that landmines are also existent inside our South Korean territories. Cause or the source where this landmine problem is actually coming from is the war-torn countries that would fail to disarm landmines. So in countries such as Egypt, Iraq, Afghanistan, or Angola, there is an imminent threat, so they believe that landmines will protect them. And now in countries such as Somalia, which was voted the most war-torn country, and North Korea, they are also war-torn, so these war-torn countries are actively using landmines. However, this idea of protection via landmines can be proven wrong, since about 15,000 to 20,000 people die in total from landmines, but a vast majority of them are innocent children, women, and elders. So basically, there are more innocent civilians that die from landmines than war combatants. So therefore, in all, the causes and the source for these landmines are the war-torn countries, and that believe that landmines will be like a protection measure in order to protect them from opposing enemies. The level of the problem is fairly serious, since about 15,000 to 20,000 innocent people die every year from landmines. Even when there are many casualties, many countries have still not given up on landmines and are continuously planting more. And in order to tackle this issue, countries must sign the Landmine Ban Treaty and try to disarm existing landmines. And landmines poses an extreme threat to the living systems, since it is able to create a dangerous environment for the living organisms that are living in the area. Because of the stealthy manner of landmines, living species will not be able to avoid this threat and could be randomly killed. Therefore, for many organisms that are unaware of the existence of landmines, landmines are an inevitable threat. Currently, there are many actions done to get rid of landmines, such as active protest against the governments to stop planting landmines and a call for action to the government to remove these landmines. The ICBL, or the International Campaign to Ban Landmines, acts as the spearhead of the anti-landmine movement by carrying out organized protests and deals with governments in order to resolve this landmine issue. There's one ultimate solution to this issue: a treaty. If all countries agree on the Mine Ban Treaty that prohibits countries from planting landmines, there will be no additional landmines planted. If there is no additional threatening factor, all we have to do is remove the remaining landmines. The real problem is that the number of landmines keeps increasing regardless of the removal of the existent landmines. Some example of people trying to get others to be aware of this issue is the International Campaign to Ban Landmines. As I said before, the International Campaign to Ban Landmines acts as a spearhead of the anti-landmine movement, and they are they're carrying out major persuasions with the government and creating like a website in order to advertise what is happening and the issue itself. And they also have handed out brochures and created posters in order to kind of promote the anti-landmine movement and build a basic knowledge for the citizens on this issue itself. There is no really practical thing anyone can do to solve this issue, since removing landmines are very dangerous and should be done by governments or government-approved groups. Some minor things people can do to help this movement is to join the ICBL, like I said, the International Campaign to Ban Landmines, and actually try to actively persuade countries to sign the treaty. Or you can just help by staying away from endangered zones to minimize those innocent casualties that has been continuously happening. Besides from this, you can try to raise the awareness of this issue and tell your surroundings about what is actually happening regarding landmines. Because the more people you get of this anti-landmine movement, the more the government and the high officials will listen to you. So basically, some actions commoners can do in order to heighten the awareness is to tell others about the problem itself, like from year to year, and or showing them the ICBL homepage. And the ICBL site, which I went to the first time I started researching, gives you a basic walkthrough of all the issue and has in-depth content about specific factors of the problem. So in all, the landmine issue isn't something commoners can actively participate on and actively remove, but it is something where people should tell others about and raise the awareness so the governments will listen to the civilians and the anti-landmine movement more. In all, we, the citizens of Earth, must try to raise the awareness of this issue and try to negotiate with governments to stop implanting landmines and try to get rid of all the existing landmines in the world. I believe that by doing this, we will be able to get one step closer to the achievement of global peace, and one environmental issue will be solved. Thank you.